Rather, speaking the truth in love, we are to grow up in every way into Him who is the head, into Christ.
Hello, Central Church of Christ. Billy Buselmeier here, bringing you the final installment of my portion of videos our church is producing describing our plan to resume in-person services. As you know, our congregation will resume in-person services on Sunday, June 7th. However, our elders have set some expectations for people who will be assembling together for the foreseeable future. Their expectations are outlined in an email they sent out on May 9th. Part of their expectations involve people who should not join in person in services at this time, including those at high risk from COVID-19 and families with children under the age of 14. First, I'd like to elaborate on what it means to be high risk in this COVID-19 time. And let's start with that by discussing what are some high-risk conditions, what makes someone high risk. Firstly, people who are 65 years and older, or who reside in a long-term care facility or nursing home. People who have lung disease, including asthma, or serious heart conditions like heart failure, heart attacks, or even someone whose hypertension, high blood pressure isn't well controlled. Also, folks with serious kidney disease or liver disease, folks with diabetes or severe obesity. And lastly, people who are immunocompromised. And this is a large group of people, and it's a fancy word that means someone whose immune system can't fight off infection very well. This applies to a number of situations, such as people who are receiving cancer treatment, people who have taken medical steroids for a long time, or people that take medications specifically designed to suppress the immune system. It also applies to people who may have poorly controlled HIV or AIDS. It also applies to people who maybe have received an organ transplant or bone marrow transplant in the past, or people who smoke. Now, in very plain terms, if you are in any of these high-risk categories, you are at a higher likelihood of very bad things happening to you if you were to contract COVID-19. The bad things I'm talking about include winding up on a ventilator in the ICU or death. So this precaution that the elders have taken to state that folks in any of these high-risk categories should stay at home falls right in line with the recommendations by the CDC and lines up really well with experiences that we've seen fighting COVID-19 all over the world. If any of these things apply to you, I implore you, be smart, be patient. You know, I'm sure that there are a lot of you that are just so eager to get back to assembling with brothers and sisters in Christ. And if you're feeling like that right now, and it's a real big discouragement to you to hear someone say that you should stay home for a little while longer, and you're just in need of some Christian encouragement, please contact one of our elders. Contact one of our ministers. Let them know that you're in need of some help right now, and they'll get you that help. Also, I encourage you, give thought to how you can be an encouragement to someone else. Encouragement is a blessing to both the giver and the receiver. In Proverbs chapter 11, verse 25, it specifically says, "He who waters will himself be watered." So find ways to be an encouragement to others right now too. Now, let's put some faces to some of the folks who are going to be refraining from joining in-person services right now. First of all, me and my family. Our daughter Evelyn is 4 years old, and you know what? She doesn't have a single fiber in her body that allows her to socially distance. And that's the reason for this recommendation, this part of the elder statement, that any families that have children under the age of 14 should remain at home right now. Just because these children may not be able yet to practice social distancing or good cough and good hand hygiene on a consistent basis. So, my family going to be continuing to join services remotely for now. Additionally, this impacts multiple of our elders. I spoke to one of our elders in particular in preparation for this video, Dennis Russell. Dennis is going to continue joining services remotely for the next little while. He is 1 or 2 years older than 65, but he also has a problem with his immune system that makes infections particularly dangerous to him. He's going to practice discretion and join services from home for the next while. I asked him about his thinking about this whole process, and he described it as a kind of delayed gratification and compared it to what all of us Christians experience as we await for the return of Jesus. You know, each of us are working in the kingdom every single day, looking forward to heaven, looking forward to Jesus' return. In the same way, some of us right now need to continue to remain at home. But boy, do we all look forward to that time when we can all assemble at church together in person again. And man, we certainly do look forward to the return of Jesus as well. Now, these precautions our elders have instituted are modifiable and, Lord willing, are temporary. Our elders are monitoring the spread of the virus in our community right now and will continue to prayerfully consider these precautions they've made. It may be that they can soon relax some of these precautions. It may also be that they decide to continue these precautions or even make them stricter again, depending on how the infection risk evolves in our community and based on what they judge is needed to help keep our congregation safe. But no matter what happens, the ability for those of us at home to join services remotely will continue. All right, that concludes my final video about the preparations our congregation is taking to have safe in-person services again. If you have any question about these precautions, please contact one of our elders. Also, I welcome you to contact me if you have any more general questions on coronavirus in this COVID-19 situation. As always, thanks for watching, and may God bless you.